Good day everyone. So we're back again with another topic. So today we will discuss the basic programming concepts using small basic. So in this lesson, we will know the meaning of a computer program. We will differentiate the programming languages. We will enumerate the ways to develop a computer. We will learn about the Microsoft Small Basic. We will enumerate the features of Small Basic, and last one, we will understand the system requirements to run Small Basic. So, let's start. Computers have influenced almost every aspect of human society. They are used in our homes, workplaces, communities, and schools. They vary in shape and size and are sometimes difficult to recognize. While laptops and desktops are the most commonly used computers nowadays, it can also be found in home, electronics, automobiles, airplanes, automated teller machine or ATMs, security systems, and many other devices. However, you must understand that the usefulness and functionality of these devices rely on the programs installed on them. Do you have any idea how these programs were developed? In this unit, you will be introduced to the basics of programming and create a program using Small Basic. Now, are you ready for your first program? Your goal in this lesson is to write a computer program, but first, you must need to know the basic facts about programming. Before you can create a program or application, you have to learn its language. There are several languages available. However, for a beginner like you, let us start with Small Basic developed by Microsoft. Small Basic is a programming language that is easy to understand and simple to use. Now, do you know Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and Boyd Multerer? Now, on the internet, those people, they have contributed to the world of programming. Who knows? You can be like them in the near future. Yes. So let's start our discussion with the evolution of programming languages. Now, a computer needs a program to work. The program has an executable form that the computer can use directly to perform instructions. A computer program is a series of instructions written to perform a specified task on a computer. Now, the computer will just run on how the developer programmed instructions into it. It will just process commands from humans. Going back to our last topic, we say that the computer is a garbage in or garbage out. Yeah. It means that the quality of output was determined by the quality of input. And it was proved by George Fussell. George Fussell is an IBM programmer and instructor. And also, he is also a programmer. Now, when we say programmer, a programmer is a person who writes, develops, and debugs a computer program. Then, programming is the art and science of creating programs. While it is the process performed by programmers to instruct a computer on how to do a certain task. It includes careful planning in designing solutions for a particular problem and writing the code through the use of a programming language. Now, what is a programming language? A programming language is a tool used by programmers to write commands or programs. It is the form of communication that programmers use to develop applications, scripts, or other sets of instructions for a computer to execute. So we will know the three classifications of programming language. You have the machine language, assembly language, and the high-level language. So let's focus on the machine language. Machine language is a computer, or a computer is an electronic machine. It can only field electricity and it's designed to work with information. So let's watch a video on how to perform binary to decimal and decimal to binary conversion.
Modern-day computers use electricity to work, and inside of a microchip electricity is turned either on or off, which is represented by the symbol 1 and 0. This is called binary. You've probably heard of the word binary already, and that's how computers work. But do you know how binary works? Well, that will be our lesson for today. But first, we need to understand exactly how our numerical base system known as decimal or base 10 works the way it does. So there are 10 counting symbols used for all of our numbers, starting from 0 all the way up to 9. That's for decimal. Now, for binary, we only have two numbers, the 0 and 1. The number 0 means off or not active, and the number 1 means on or active. When you read a binary number, it starts from left to right. And when you computed the binary number, it starts from right to left. The right side being the 1 or the value of 1, and move to the value of 2, next to the value of 4, then 8, then 16, and so forth. And basically doubles every single time. Let's proceed to our example. Let's say we have the numbers 1101. As you see, we don't even use the 16th value there, so we can basically ignore that. So since the 8 is on, we will use the 8, plus the 4 is on, we will use the 4. The 2 is off state or not active, so we will not use that. Unless the value of 1 is on, so we will use the 1. So 1101 equals the number 8 plus 4 plus 1, so that 1101 is equals to 13. Let's have another example. We have there 1011.
That's how you perform number conversion from binary to decimal and decimal to binary. Now, let's proceed with our small basic. For aspiring programmers, there are various languages available. Small basic is intended for beginners like you who want to learn programming in a simple way. It is a programming language that is designed to make programming extremely simple, accessible, fun, and free to use. Small basic aims to break the wall and serve as a stepping stone to this amazing world of computer programming. Now, to install Small Basic, we can go in this website, or we can use the Small Basic as an online generator. The Small Basic environment has two main parts. We have the toolbar and the editor. For toolbar, if you are familiar with other Microsoft applications, Small Basic contains tools and commands needed to manage your files or programs and edit your codes or statements. A statement is every line of instructions in a program when you use Small Basic. So you will learn more about statements as you go through the succeeding lessons. Now, you will write your code in the editor. This is where you will write your Small Basic statements or programs. The default name is Untitled, since the program has not been saved. Now, the editor that you are currently working on is called the Active Editor. Again, let's review. We have this editor and the toolbar for our Small Basic environment. The first step in creating a computer program is to design a flowchart. A flowchart will allow you to understand and analyze a given problem by providing a solution to come up with a better output. In programming, you will encounter a program that requires storing data, but we will discuss this part on the latter part of our lesson. But in our case, in our discussion, we will do the algorithm and flowchart. So let's define the algorithm. Algorithm is a step-by-step procedure to solve problems. It makes the whole procedure more efficient as well as consistent. While pseudocode is a description of an algorithm using a natural language, which makes reading of the program easier. It uses short English-like statements to write codes for programs before you actually create it in a specific language. Now, in order for you to understand programming more, you have to learn about algorithms. Now, a technique for presenting your algorithm is through flowchart. Flowcharts are a graphical symbol or graphical or visual representations of an algorithm. Also, the flowcharts are schematic representations of the processes of your programming. And generally, we have the start point, end point, inputs, outputs, possible paths, and the decisions that lead to these possible paths are included. And flowcharts can be created by hand or manually in most office software. But lately, specialized diagram drawing software has emerged that can also be used for the purpose. And we have the basic flowchart symbols. The terminal or the start, end, or symbols, it is usually the start and end of an algorithm. It usually contains the word start or end or begin and stop. While the connecting arrows or the flow lines, it specifies the flow of controls. By the processing steps, it is used to show that something is being performed. While input and output, it involves input or output operations like receiving data or displaying processed data. And the last one is the conditional or the decision shape. It is used for decision making, usually a yes or no or true or false question. Example, so we will create an algorithm and flowchart that reads the two sides of a rectangle and calculate its area. So we have the step 1, we will identify first the variable that we will going to use. We will input the width and length of the rectangle. For step 2, we have the formula in getting the area of the rectangle. We have the area is equals to length times width. Then for step 3, we will output the area. The next one is the flowchart of the algorithm of the problem. So we will begin with the terminator shape, with the start, followed by input and output shape, followed by process shape, and then input and output again, and then we will stop our program once the program already satisfied or already served its purpose. Going back to our small basic, as you type your code or statement, you will notice that a pop-up menu will appear on your editor. This is called Intellisense. It is a convenient way to access descriptions of functions. It will help you speed up typing the program, since it provides a list that you want by pressing the up, down, or arrow keys and then pressing the enter key to insert the selected item in your program. Now the text window. The text window provides you text-related input and output functionalities. By using this object, you can write or read some text or number to go and from the text-based text window. You can change properties like background color, foreground color, and title of the text window object. Now, how are you going to insert a number or text? We will use the write line. Write line is used to write a text or number, same as write. It is also used to write a text or number. As you observe, they have a meaning, or they have the same meaning. Now, what's the difference between write line and write? The most commonly used operation in text window objects are write and write line. You use the write line operation to write a text or number to the text window. A new line character will be appended to the output so that the next time something is written to the text window, it will go in a new line using this code, using the write line. Now, the write operation is used to write a text or a number. Unlike the write line, this will not append a new line character, which means anything written to the text window after this call will be on the same line. You will use read operation to accept inputs from other users. It instructs the computer to wait for the user to type in something and hit the enter key. Now, to sum up everything, a computer needs a program to work. A computer program is a set of instructions that tells the computer what to do. Programming is the art and science of creating programs. For you to create a program, you will need a tool that will allow you to write instructions that can be understood by a computer using languages such as machine language, assembly language, high-level language, and object-oriented driven programming language. One of the simplest language is the small basic. Its environment has three main parts: the toolbar, editor, and surface. Each part makes the creation of a program easy to follow and understand. It also has the Intellisense features, that is the typing of the statement. Now, a text window object provides text-related input and output functionalities. The most commonly used operations in text window are write line, write, and read. Once you use the write line and write operations, you will be able to display information on the text window. To accept data from the user, you can use read. So that's our topic in this video. So I hope that you have learned something from today's discussion. Now, if you have any questions or any clarifications, you are free to drop your questions on our comment box. See you on our next video. I hope that you have learned something from today's discussion. Goodbye and God bless. Bye!